Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. It is because I rises that one describes oneself as human nature or divine nature. Just to be, you don't need any definition, any explanation. So, just to be will surely not create separation, differentiation. Only when I rises, it is so. So you cannot expect that the mind, so when I rises, when the mind is there to have a perfect description of what is. It will always, the mind will always land on one side to speak of the other side, and vice versa. So no expectation from the mind to know who you are. Just be. And in a natural way, you have still a breathing or a heartbeat, life will flow on its own. But it's not like two. So that's it. Still, please ask a question if the mind is still wanting more clarity about this, maybe. But like that, no. What is it?
It's okay.
No, okay.
I will formulate what you said in my own terms, all right? Yeah, you correct me. So then I will conclude, but I need my tips, please. Right. This cannot be known.
Huh.
To know, you need awareness, and awareness needs separation. You need to be aware of something.
Okay.
So technically, all this awareness, pure awareness bullshit is bullshit. Or let's say it's one step, but it's not the ultimate background thing.
If you speak about it, yeah.
Yeah. So we can't speak, we can't know it, we cannot say anything about it. So is this what you mean by just be it, for instance? Just be, meaning forget the mind, forget the description, forget the knowledge, forget the awareness.
And forget forgetfulness, yeah.
Yes, it's already gone. So technically, also, there is nothing to do, and no one to do it.
Yeah, and what was the
Nothing
last?
to do, and no one to do it.
Ah. Yes.
That's it. Thank you. So we can drop everything.
But you see, the knowledge of that, it's perfect. But also it can be that the knowledge is put into a drawer, and then we are very happy about that and quiet for a while, and then again it comes, okay, so shall I repeat my lesson, or some other question comes. So that's what I say. The mind, if he has a question, if he wants confirmation and clarity, he has to express. But of course, the knowledge will not also do. The knowledge doesn't do it. So that's why it is said, keep quiet. No, keep quiet. But you cannot keep quiet if you put somewhere the knowledge in a drawer. Or somewhere. If you keep the knowledge. This is the thing.
Do you mean we will not find any relevant knowledge? So it's pointless trying to have a better knowledge of this kind of thing?
It's not pointless. You need knowledge, otherwise the mind will not stop asking and doubting.
Yeah, this is what I was clarifying, because unless there is a kind of fault in my reasoning, the mind will attack itself on that.
That's why you see the Dakshinamurti, one of the first known gurus, they were teaching in silence, not to enter into the mind, since the mind doesn't help at all. But of course, since a student comes with a mind, it doesn't work also that much. So nothing really works, but everything works. The proof is that with my own eyes, and not only me, we have met a great master. And those who have been enough with him, they have the knowledge. They have even glimpses, they have the knowledge from him and from their own experience from the glimpse. And yet, sometimes there is still something. So, just to say that it's extremely important not to be deluded in mind with so many concepts. So in that way, the path of undoing is excellent direction. But it leads somewhere. It leads to knowledge. of the self, not of this and that. And here there is a knowledge too much. There is a someone too much. But this is also the paroxysm of the knowledge, is to be able to hear that, and that's it. You cannot bring anything, nor anybody here.
Ganga, I have a question about it's not very clear question. For myself, I think I don't have question. I just have a challenge with my daughter, and I would like to talk to you about this parent thing that I remember a saying from Satsang that as a parent, as a person, I can trust the destiny of her. That because if there is challenge, if there is that I how to not attach to I want of course a better life for her or a better thing to happen but if she doesn't want that, this is her thing, whatever she wants in her life. So I just want to be a better parent to know very well that I'm not only a parent, so I somehow can be, I don't know how to say it.
Just say it, because...
Okay, so I think my biggest fear is to be responsible to others people's life, to others people if they are alive or not. So it's that deep that I don't know. So it's responsible. That's why I can be very easily manipulated, because I feel suddenly very guilty.
No, what I would say is that, of course, as we come back to what I said in the beginning, as a human being, normally we try to do our best, especially with the beloved ones. Okay, so, but at some point, you have to let it go and trust. So, what more? Maybe difficult, maybe not. Maybe you cannot do it, but that's the human life. That is called samsara. That flows up to a certain extent. So what more do you want to hear?
No, nothing. I think that's good.
But you said it yourself.
I can try my best.
Yeah, but best has its limit. Otherwise you interfere, that's what I say. You do your best. And if it is not taken, it's not taken. That's it, no?
Oh yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
I don't say that I have the formula for the life. So, you coming to Satsang, when all that is boiling and whatnot, keep quiet also. Just keep quiet whenever you can. Because you came to Satsang to know this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allow yourself to wake up in the waking state. Yeah. Yeah, first, yeah, you go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't know if you remember, I told you already a little bit of my story.
You speak loud, please.
Hello. Yeah, I had a kind of awakening 20 years ago, and I lived in this for 1.5 years,
Yeah.
and then I get back to my mind and
Yeah.
person.
Okay. Yeah. So it makes 18 years and a half ago.
Pardon?
18 years and a half ago now, this is going on, the mind.
20, yeah.
Not 20, you lived for 1 year and a
Yeah.
half in that, so it...
Yeah. And as we spoke the last time, you asked me, but can't you see the person is still there?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is right. Now I can see the person is there.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the question, could it be that this first time, this spontaneous awakening,
Yeah.
what happened, I did not search for it.
Yeah.
Could it be that I fall out from this and
Nobody
Or-
falls out.
yes, I
You
mean,
follow your mind.
that I
You
follow
said
my mind.
yourself. You followed your mind because you didn't hear to keep quiet, not to follow your mind when it arises.
Yes, because I had no teaching in that.
But that's what I say.
Yeah.
It took you 18 years and a half to finally understand what to do with the mind.
So it can happen like this. It's
Of course, it happens to all of them who are so-called enlightened spontaneously. They don't know what happened exactly, so they are in whatever time in this. Something they don't know, but they know it's also amazing and so on. And then they start to read, to hear about it. Ah, yes, it's what I live and so
Yeah.
on. Yeah, it does. I've met many. But the trouble is, as it's not a trouble with time if they go to good directions after that. But if they don't, they think they are enlightened, they are free, and in fact it's an experience, they go back in the memory. They go back in, it's no more a life at some point, you see? And that they don't know unless they start to investigate and to hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels both because I feel it now. It's not the same like it was, sure, because there is the I, but also I feel the imprint of this time when I lived it still vibrates somehow here, and it's oh, sorry.
Yeah, but if it was so, and not coming from the memory of it, you would not ask any question. Is the memory, it does, of course, it changed your life,
Yeah.
you see? So the print is extremely strong. But you didn't know the nature of the mind enough not to be fooled by it.
Yeah.
Huh? But it's okay, you can just hear it now.
Yes, I do.
So,
And yesterday, all the day, I was listening to your satsangs on YouTube. I cannot stop to listen. And I heard one satsang when you was talking about when this moment came, when it switched. You was on the ice. You were on the ice, and you still remember this moment when it switched.
no, it was not like that. I had the clarity that I didn't search anymore, but I was still in a no man's land. This I didn't know. It took me 10 years more or even more, to find out.
Did you understand?
It's one thing to have the experience of no search, which can be radical, but it can be also an experience, so non-radical. Everybody is different. In my case, it was like that. So it can be forgotten. It's an experience. One hint I give you, since you investigate and speak about that, don't rely on vibrations and all those things.
For me, I have the feeling it is really a grace when it happens, and it happened because I experienced it like this. I was not searching, and it happened. And so now I'm so thankful for this, that I could see this once, and it's okay for me if it will not happen anymore. But also I can feel there is an inner pulling to come here.
Sure. That, I always say, a glimpse is really a blessing in a way, because it will bring you, that will work in you.
Yeah.
It's not the mind which works.
No, it's really not.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
my
I
mind
say.
would be
That
somewhere.
brings you here after 18 years. Enough. I am a bit precise just to show you how it works, you see. Yeah? So, let the time drop, then, is there this fellow? Good. Yes.
Could you please, hello, could you please repeat the, not to rely on the vibration? What does that mean?
Yeah, but you have vibrations yourself? You have some vibrations yourself?
Often.
Often?
Often, yes.
Okay. So it's Kundalini thing. Manifestation. An experience. A rising. They say, no, the rising of the Kundalini. It was not there before, or not felt or experienced, but the Kundalini rises, but not all the time. Because it's manifested, so it's never all the time.
Not to attach to them. Well, they're good to have sometimes, right?
I mean, you cannot help if it comes to you.
Yeah.
Have a good moment. Let it go also.
And And just going back a little bit from what one of the
No,
people
you don't care about people. Yes.
No,
Eh?
just it's a bit towards the motherhood thing. What about women that don't have children?
And then you have not to worry about that.
Hello.
Hello.
I always feel like talking somehow. I have very little to say somehow. I don't have so much to say, but
I see. So I don't know what to tell you personally. Something you experience, something you read, something you like.
question came up, is the self an experience?
No. You can experience it, but then you make it an experience. It's clear, no?
Yeah, it's kind of clear, yeah.
An experience always needs an experiencer. There is no experience like that. It needs an experiencer. I experience the self, but then it will not last. Enjoy, but it will not last. So it's like anything which doesn't last. Only the qualities are different.
Still, sometimes I feel it's important to remember the non-experience or something like this.
Very good. Yes. Or know that whatever you experience is a rising of your own self that you will never experience because you are not there. Only self is.
Thank you.
So we're not able to experience truth through the body
And the mind. And the mind.
and the mind. Not.
Not.
Strange question. Where were we? Where were we before we? Not we, because we don't become this, but this.
Here.
Where were we before this?
Here.
Here. But not in body. Not in this.
Here means that. Here means not a geographical here. It's just now. And it's not a time now. You want still to understand. Then it will be an understanding, an experience. In the here now of the geography and the time. But that belongs to the body and the mind, isn't it? So you are absolutely unable to speak about from where it comes. Any before, any prior, any beyond, any here, but the other one.
I suppose I'm trying to understand the connection between that and this.
I said in the beginning, the one who wants to understand is I, no, I am. I am someone, yeah? You agree?
Yes, also
Okay.
I want the knowledge to understand.
Yeah, okay. But then, I am someone cannot help to divide and to differentiate and to separate. So there is a human nature and a divine nature. This you came to experience maybe or to know. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. But then it looks dual, because it's the mind which speaks about, which possesses it. In fact, what is uncatchable. Otherwise it becomes an experience. So leave it uncatchable, just be. For that, for a moment, don't hook at the time and space, so don't hook at your body or mind. And this will always be just now. You don't need preparation for that. Look, there was even a one who had a spontaneous, out of the blue experience or awakening. Out of the blue, no preparation, not even a search for it. It's a moment where the mind is not there. But then you see, you make it an experience because you listen to your mind afterwards and you are very getting... You see, I is a pride, I is the arrogance. Unless you don't make difference, then it is a beautiful expression of your own self. Ella.
I would ask him something.
Sure.
Why the water and the air is the most important thing?
Attends, why?
Why the water and the air is the most important
I didn't hear.
Why the water and the air is
The
the most
water
important.
and the air is the most important thing because those elements are shaping, forming, are in the body. You see, so the body is made out of that and it needs that to continue to live. And not only those two elements, there is fire also, there is earth, there is ether. Ether, that is the most mysterious one. It is the one who makes you conscious of this body-mind. Still as somebody, but are you convinced? You can make some research about that. Good.
I think I have questions about this human and divine. Or I was just wondering the last few days why certain places are
What?
why certain places are like sacred places, or we go there to there's a difference in that. Like you don't go to the supermarket if you want to be in this direction. You go to a temple, or you go to an ashram.
It's all about reminders. You see, it's your projection. It's a projection not only personal, it's a cosmic projection sometimes, vortex, whatever. Let's take the Ganga or Arunachala, or someone who is really the symbol of what you search, or of what you are as you imagine or conceptualize. If you are in a search, you need support of something. So they remind you. It reminds you you are not only this flesh. But they're pointers, pointers as you can have in Satsang. So you need those helps, sure, till maybe one moment you see, I am that. Wherever I am.
I think I can just not understand how such a big duality can come from the if the feeling one thing must come from this and the other thing must rise from something else. I think I separate
No, everything
those two.
rises from there. But you see, it's dual. Whatever rises, you cannot help. It is suddenly black or white, or divine and human. It's the quality of the rising, of the manifestation. So black and white means, or divine and human. We all understand what it is. It is a supermarket or Arunachala, let's say. Yeah. But then, as you say, if you are in duality, the reminder of Arunachala surely will bring you back more towards the source of your I than to buy a chocolate in the Intermarché, which keeps you in an object. The other one keeps you very intimate to the subject. But the point is, it's a blessing to go towards the source or the subject And at some point, naturally, in a split second, you will see that there is a subject too much. That's all. So, again, I say it's the seeker finds now different places. He finds the world and he finds places where he feels encouraged, supported, directed towards its source. And that call gets stronger and stronger if it is really what you want. So all is perfect in a way. Everything is needed. That's why it exists, I guess. So there is no rejection of intermarché because the body and mind also has its own things. There is nothing wrong to go to Arunachala because it is a blessing, but don't be deluded. Don't think that this is the end of it. Mm. So what's the other question? Or more question?
I think I just really start to lose interest in confirming that within myself.
Confirming the duality?
No, but also what is pointed to try to confirm that or to
Okay, but
focus
then,
on that. Or
but for that, or you lose fire and you are deluded, or you keep quiet because you know that's the best. You know, in that phase of losing interest, it is here that all those people detach themselves from family life and all, and they live like sadhus or monks. It is here, it's a phase. But it's a phase, it will pass also. But it's very natural also that it happens to have a lack of interest at some point. Yeah. But it's not it. It's what comes. What? I'm not clear. What more? Tell.
I don't know.
Do you keep quiet?
Yes,
Okay.
sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes. Sure. Forget about sometimes. You see, you have to forget about sometimes because then you make what is an experience, and that's why it is sometimes yes and sometimes no. So forget about sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Ok, ni resti.
time many things was falling apart from
Yeah.
many ideas, and I felt really like a lot of grace and a lot of blessings. But then I see also last time in the Satsang, I see it now again. There's one part in me who thinks he don't earn it.
Who thinks he
Yes,
doesn't?
and this is I know it's, yeah, but it's like still it's coming, and
It will come, but
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah,
You
but-
want that
yeah.
it doesn't come. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Let it come, let it go. In the end, it will be tired because there is nobody there to enjoy it. Okay, yeah. Ah. Club, club. Ah, you.
Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't see sometimes.
Ganga, when the mind is silent,
Yeah.
for you, are there different qualities or
In silence, yeah.
qualities in silence?
Sure, if you speak about it, if you experience it, there are a lot of different qualities and levels, sure.
Thank you.
Please.
I come back to the lack of interest. Could it be also a drop of the desire? No, especially if it was someone who had an expectation of getting something from that. I want enlightenment because of me. Oh my God.
It means what it means, no? Lack of interest.
Well, yeah. Interest for me means interested. C'est dans la terre. You know, very earth.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it is whatever element you take.
Yeah, yeah. That means, you know, someone want to get something, like the desire, and so seeing it as a lack of a drop of desire was another meaning, if you want. It's like, but I had the same question. How do you live with this absence of desire?
I didn't say to live with the absence of desire. I never said that. I am not of that line.
I'm not saying it's a goal, but when it happens, suddenly I'm feeling a bit oops, you know, because this body mind was always moved by
But
things.
the experiences will go on changing.
Sure.
And sometimes experiences, especially if they come with the investigation, this kind of investigation, it removes concepts you had, and so on. So, I mean, what can I say? It's part of the search. It's part of the life of the seeker to live this way and then to live that way and then to do this and that. But you have to know this is because you are still seeking. So if you want that to have an end, because it can be infinite, maybe then you should ask, who am I in fact? Who has that search? Who is feeling this? To go back quickly, very urgently, to the source. You see, the questions now would be less about the happenings or experiences. It would be more about who is living that. Who am I? Again, again, again. There was someone else.
If fear is a product of the mind, what is then trust?
It's also the mind. But the mind which doesn't trust object is that trust brings you towards your origin. Can you catch your origin?
Can have a glimpse of it maybe sometimes.
So is when you don't catch. The trust, when you don't trust and it has an object of trust, it's like a support, a pointer, you see, to not to allow your mind to jump here and there like a monkey. Yeah. Give that.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
Currently, I'm writing something that summarizes my year or even my life. So I discovered I had many insights and learned some wisdoms and tools, but I forgot it. And then sometimes I got reminded again and said, okay, why I forgot it? And I felt it also applies to the thing we're talking about here. Basically, like we all somehow once know, and then we forget. Then we come here to be.
Yeah, but that's why there is satsang.
Yeah, but my question is like, it annoys me a little bit. Why all this forgetting and remembering?
Don't be there, then you will not be annoyed.
How to, I don't know, remember more?
Don't be there, then you don't need to remember or not. It's too easy, you see, to have understandable teaching. It feeds your mind.
So I can just practice more, practice more.
Investigate. Yeah, why not?
I want to say also, despite all the questions I ask, I actually know this is a very good tool and a very cool path, and I'm very happy for this teaching here, because this week when I was meditating, I actually, for one point, I don't have this object and subject anymore. The I disappeared, and all the questions disappeared, and in the end it's who cares, it's just now. And after that, also I don't have any attachment, because I know I can go there anytime. So, thanks for it.
Yeah, you can also have attachment and go there also. Don't worry. It's very suspicious always when one declares in an absolute way this kind of thing.
But in that kind of experience, I feel even this question, who am I, is too much.
Yeah, right. Sure. It's a pointer, who am I? It doesn't pretend that it is to be quiet. It's given for the one who is not quiet.
And it's absolutely somehow true when you're in that kind of silence, then there's no duality. It's just one.
Don't describe too much, please. Advaita, it's not to describe oneness, it's to tell not to. Never forget that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ever since I was little, I had this image of me sitting in the cinema, and on the screen was life, like sense perceptions, and I had this longing to get up, turn around, and look into the lens where the light comes from. So this image popped up again here. So I just wanted to put it in the room, and I'm wondering what you... Does it inspire you for some words?
I myself use that image sometimes, that this life is a movie. So who sees the movie? Must be someone out of the movie. There must be kind of background to see there is a movie. So that you cannot experience because you are it. And whatever you experience is in the movie. Yeah.
Is it actually possible to turn around and see the light, like where the projection comes from, or is it more that I am that?
You see, you can have all kinds of experiences. You have experiences of what we call generally the movie, which have objects. But then once you investigate, it's towards a non-object. It's towards an origin, from where all this comes. So there you often can have those experiences of light, enlightenment, and vastness and absoluteness and eternity and all that, you see. But they are experiences because they don't stay. They don't stay. So I say this shows there is an investigation which is not only towards the life, an investigation towards what is, what am I in fact. And that can never be objectified. Otherwise, you make it an experience. But you are it. You don't need to objectify it. You are it. You don't need to stop experiences which are rising, but know that they are ephemeral anyway, and they are expression of what you are, which never is absent. Do you understand that language?
Yeah. Thank you.
So we spoke shortly about the different types of silences,
Mm.
and I thought that this concept or not of the movie, that the movie is being played on something or in something.
Mm.
And for
Yeah,
example,
they are concepts, yeah.
and when I visualize silence in different forms, I would say the silence which sound is in is also the space which the silence is where the space of where the sound is coming. So for example, I have a concept of a void for my mind.
The concept of?
Void.
A void. As I resonated with there being different silences, because when I hear noise, there is a certain silence where the noise is coming
Yeah, there are
from.
different qualities of the experience of silence, absolutely sure.
And this TV or this movie is one of them, for example. The movie has to be shone upon something, and there's a space or a silence or yeah. And but what if you turn around from the movie?
I don't hear well. What?
And I imagined turning around and watching the movie, or turning around from the movie. But if the light is shining upon the screen, and the screen is in the space, then you'd only turn around and see the space, and see the silence.
You don't need, you say.
Well, I think the only doubt in my mind I had when starting to talk or when this came up is if it was a concept or not. For example,
Yeah.
I would call it unmanifested. Or
yeah, okay, yes, it's conceptual. And I
So-
say, just be, don't conceptualize it.
Mm.
You can, it will come anyway to
Yes.
conceptualize, but let it go too. Then you will really see it's just an expression of what you are, which cannot be conceptualized, otherwise it becomes an experience and a concept again. Yeah? Good.
So I think I feel what you mean by silence, because when I just be, for example, my hearing, there is something there which I would call the silence. And it is this is the space I should be in.
It's a space which is manifested from there. Primal space.
Thank you.
I think I have a question about this sometimes.
Yeah.
Because in the experience it feels like sometimes.
An experience will always be sometimes. From where this experience could rise, that's what you are. You are not only an experience.
I think because it feels so much like sometimes that keeping quiet or you're not, I cannot speak about it when they do that, but it feels
you
more
go,
like an action than in time.
you go in your mind, isn't it, to speak about all that?
Yes.
Yeah. So it is bound to be impossible to solve in the mind. The mind cannot help, he will fall into paradoxes eventually, or koans. That's what I said, forget the sometimes. Because sometimes only happens in the mind. It's one step to describe it, away from what you are. That's why there is this feeling and these questions and this trying to make it a oneness and all that thing.
I think I'm just afraid that the keeping quiet feels in time.
It will feel, if you feel it, it's in time.
But I cannot.
It's better to keep quiet at times, to remind you of who you are, which is not to keep quiet. Unless you understand what Papaji and I say when I say keep quiet. Keep quiet means when you are already where you are. So keep quiet, whatever the times and the sometimes and the mind and the experiences will play, you know it's the manifestation of it, so there is no difference. But you know it's the manifestation of it. So you will not have a preference of a happening, thinking this is more true than another thing. No, in the manifestation, nothing is more true. There are different qualities, we come back to that. Some qualities look more true than others, I agree. But then it's in the manifestation, in experiences like that.
Just when it's very difficult to.
Okay, but try. But are you aware that if you have this need, even if it is very difficult to describe, you go in your mind? Yeah? Okay. So, what is the wisest? To go in the mind or to keep quiet?
I think there is a fear or a doubt that the keeping quiet as I know it is happening in my mind. So therefore I feel
must
it's
be. You are right. It
better
happens
to-
in your mind. That's why there is a problem. Yeah, you're right.
So, but that's the only reason why I feel it's better to express like this
Yes,
than
of
to keep
course.
quiet because I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
But
right
then
thing.
now I say, keep quieter. Don't allow your mind mind to have power on you. Even if it concerns enlightenment, freedom, and this. Keep quiet there.
I find it really challenging to live this life or be in this world as nobody.
It's impossible to live this world with nobody. There is always somebody in this world. The world appears because you are born. Who told you that you have to live this life with nobody? This is new Advaita, that's what I say. New Advaita makes believe that this life will be lived with nobody is there anymore. There is somebody in life, yeah? Okay. So. No confusion.
I guess I'm confused with this remembering and forgetting. I want to forget, but...
To forget what?
Everything.
Huh?
Everything.
But why? What do you search? You want to forget the teachings, you mean?
I mean, it's hard for me to remember, and...
But what do you search? Tell me. What
Peace.
is your...
Quiet.
To be
Yes.
quiet. Then you can always look at the sunset and do those things to keep quiet. What do you mean exactly? What do you mean exactly?
So not bothered by the mind.
Oh, but that's a big challenge. Huh? You have a mind. You are not a mind. For that, you see, you have to just know the nature of the mind. Because actually you think there are some fixed things, continuous things. Actually, if you investigate well, if you see that whatever you can experience or describe is the mind, you will see how temporal it is, how it goes on changing all the time, and so on. So, who is watching that? Who is aware of that? Maybe turning the mind towards that seer will give you breaks of being tyrannized by the mind. Will remove the tyranny of the mind. Even though, since you are alive, this mind will always present itself. Mm-hmm. The tyranny is the problem, not the objects of the mind, the tyranny. Yeah. So, tyranny of the mind is a concept you have. A rooted, deeply rooted concept one has got. So be freed by that concept in looking who is tyrannized. And you don't land on any answer. Mm. Will you put the same question? Hmm? Don't go in your mind, just reply.
The same question?
Yeah, it proves that you have to go in your memory, in the mind, to put the same question. Anyway, the moment of peace, so you don't want, or it's not so easy to go back to the mind. You said the investigations has to show you all those things. Yeah?
Yeah. There was a moment of emptiness and then I had to go back.
Yeah. But then you know now. Emptiness, okay, it's still an experience, but it's an experience of absolutely different kind. It's not objective. Still the mind, because you know it. So that is investigation. Know what's what. If you want to be free from this so-called tyranny of the mind.
I noticed there's some urge in me to be absolutely clear and cleared out of anything. I sometimes wonder if there's need for this somehow.
The absolute clarity of mind is no mind.
So the reason I went with the urge to talk to you, basically.
I'm answering. You take what I said to you as what?
No, I can understand the difference between mind and no mind.
Shit. Too much understanding. That's not clarity. Just be. Oh my God.
feel in what you said before, you said you can't bring anyone or anything here. I'm always bringing someone.
Yeah.
So I'm
Now you are aware of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you choose.
But it's someone in satsang. It's someone listening to you.
What?
There is always someone when I come to satsang listening to you. So even when I hear these words, you can't bring anyone here. It's someone who hears them. It's me, it's I hear you say that.
Yeah, but do it then, instead of understanding.
But I don't know how.
No, me. But do it. Do it means bas, enough. How much time it needs to wake up? Ha! This much. This much. But you have to want it. Thank you.